Good morning, and in this video I want to talk about how to become instantly more efficient. And if you know my style, it means we're going to dive right into the point. So what do I mean by this? So the first thing is, not enough organizations are leaning on automation, right? So often the first pit stop that a company will take is, I've got this particular task, or I need to create more of a demand generation engine. So who can I get to do it? How can I throw more bodies at the problem? Now, this is really the old school way of doing things, right? It's just throwing bodies, it's throwing people at a problem and then hoping that it fixes over time. But in reality, are you thinking about how much money you've had to invest in that? Are you thinking about how much capital you've had to invest in that? Are you thinking about the fact that you've now got to manage all of these extra people around the problem and deal with all of the challenges and the nuance that now come along with all of these extra hires? When instead, we're in an era where automation is incredibly powerful. So the first thing that should go through your mind when you have a challenge or a bottleneck in your business is to think, can I automate this? And if so, how can I go about automating it in some fashion? Because there's so many tasks now that you can leverage automation to either do completely or to take away a lot of the legwork. And if you think about yourself at an hourly rate, right? So let's say you're earning 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, or even more. Now, think about yourself on an hourly rate. If the task at hand is not worth your hourly rate, then in some way you should be trying to work to automate that or get that out of your hands. Now, in a scenario where you can't automate, the next stage is then to delegate. So this is to look at the existing resources that you have. Is there an opportunity to delegate that to someone in-house? Is there an opportunity to delegate that to an agency like ours? Is there an opportunity to delegate that offshore? Think about, where are there windows where you can start to offset this task to someone who is worth less than your hourly rate? Because again, if it's not worth your hourly rate, it should either be automated or delegated. Now, if neither of those things are working, only then do you start to look at, okay, now do I need to actually hire someone, or do I need to bring on some talent to work with me to take on this particular challenge? But again, that's the most costly way. It can often be the slowest way, because you've got to hire someone, onboard them, bring them into your process, whereas the first two really offset a lot of the ailments that will come along with hiring. Now, again, if you could do with some support in either of these areas, either automating or outsourcing, or having these types of challenges taken off your hands, especially when it comes to demand generation, I'd be more than happy to help. Drop me a message on LinkedIn, or go on my profile, or visit our website, www.fetch.ai. Alternatively, if you're in a situation where you already have bodies and personnel and people within your organization that can be helpful, make sure that you are truly making them as efficient as possible. So equip them with more automation tools, or equip them with systems, softwares, and programs that can allow them to be more efficient in their role. Time is the most valuable commodity out there, right? And if you are not best leveraging it, and you're not taking it seriously for yourself and the members of your team, you're always going to be leaving revenue on the table. And that is just an absolute no-no, especially in our world. So with all of that said, automate, delegate, and then only take it on if you absolutely have to. I hope that this video has been helpful in some way, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.